Champ Assistance Dogs trains dogs for service and therapy work. And joining us from CHAMPS are Pam, Budke, and Dyson. Welcome, Pam and Dyson. So glad you could both join us. I'm really glad that Dyson came. I'm sure Dyson was probably used to getting out because he's in training.
Yes,
is that right?
he is used to getting out. That's part of his training, is just to get him out in every situation we can expose him to.
Even a TV show.
Right.
And good for Dyson. Not many service dogs get that opportunity. So Pam, you're the executive director of CHAMPS, and tell us a little bit about the organization and how you train the dogs. You have some special ways.
CHAMP Assistance Dogs, CHAMP is actually an acronym, and it stands for Canine Helpers Allow More Possibilities. And we get our puppies usually when they're around 8 weeks of age, and we train them for approximately 2 years. They start off by living with a puppy raiser, and the puppy raiser is volunteers or staff members who will take the puppy out and socialize them and house train them. And then when they're about 16 weeks of age, we usually start them by taking them up to the prison in Vandalia, Missouri. We partner with the prison, and the dogs are trained by the women offenders there, and that's where they receive their formal training.
That's awesome. So they actually go at 16 weeks to live in the prison. They have to live there full time. Is that right? To get the training?
They live there. They'll go up the first time. They probably just go up for about a week or two just to get used to it and get used to their trainer. And then what we do for the rest of the time that we're training them for the 2 years, they will go up for like 8 weeks at a time. They'll stay up with their trainer for 8 weeks. And our CHAMP trainers and volunteers go up there on a weekly basis and work with the offenders too. And then they'll take an 8-week break and go back either to their puppy raiser or to an advanced trainer and live in their home with them. And that's when we get them out and socialize them and get them on public transportation and restaurants, because we can't do that when they're in prison.
Right. And then after that 8-week period, do they go? Is it kind of back and forth
until
they're 2?
It's back and forth until they're 2, and they're ready to be placed at that time.
Yeah. So the first thing I think, and I'm sure everyone asks this question, is how do these women and the other trainers not get attached to these dogs? I mean, at 2 years, it's got to be hard to let them go.
It is, and they do get attached to them. Quite honestly, many of these women who are up at the prison have never had a positive relationship before in their lives until they start training this dog.
Right.
And it is very positive, and the training's very positive. But as I mentioned, they go up for 8 weeks and they come out for 8 weeks. When they're out, they receive another dog right away. So they always have a dog with them. And I think letting go of that very first dog is very difficult. But after the dog's placed, we often have the dog and their new partner come up to the prison, and the offender gets to meet them and gets to see the difference that the dog's made in that person's life, and it makes all the difference.
That's fantastic. So give me an idea of the scale. How many little puppies are going into the Vandalia prison at any one time? Are we talking about dozens or just a few?
Usually about 10 to 12 at a time, and then they'll rotate out and some more will go in.
Yeah.
So they're on a rotating schedule the whole time.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, and then you've got, on the other end, are the clients receiving these well-trained dogs.
Right.
So tell us about the types of clients that you serve.
We serve people who have physical disabilities, mobility issues primarily, traumatic brain injuries, Parkinson's, muscular dystrophy, MS, and we also help people with cognitive disabilities. And those dogs are placed with one individual, and it really impacts that person's life and often their families as well. It gives the families peace of mind. And with a child particularly, it'll make a huge difference for a child to have a service dog, and their parents just feel so much better knowing that the child can do things more independently along with the dog, and it helps the child's self-esteem,
I can only imagine.
Self-confidence.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Pam, so much. We're going to take a quick break and come back and learn about how our viewers might be able to get involved. Stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with CHAMP Assistance Dogs after this break.